All right, guys, welcome back to the show. We got a good one here for you guys. So basically, you guys probably have seen most of this stuff, but RFK basically going in front of Congress, telling them why he's doing this insane shit, and that the congressmen are not having it. Congressmen and women. Uh, we've been covering it extensively. You can see on my channel even from a week ago of how these CDC members are resigning. The one person, Susan Monterez is her name, I believe, was I think she was the head of the immunization or something like that. A Trump appointee is literally resigning, or she said she won't resign unless the president says she's fired. But she's obviously clashing heads with RFK because he's doing insane things and his ideology is insane. Even just yesterday, we went over a video of Florida is starting to get rid of their mandates for children going to school for certain vaccines, and I was talking about how I remember when I was a kid, you'd have to get certain vaccines or whatever to go to school, obviously for the safety of you and the other children at school. So I don't know why he's pushing anti-vax language, and how some vaccines are basically just upping the mortality rate or just enhancing autism, and these are things that he's actually saying and advocating for and defending, and and you just have head CDC members like in the video yesterday who said I see he sees no gain in this. There's no gain from saying this. I don't know why he's saying it. He's just deranged, and obviously when RFK opens his mouth, nobody wants to sound like RFK. So I wouldn't listen to anything RFK says anyways. But let's get into the start of the videos here. Most of the videos are going to be from Call to Activism. Shout out to them. Go follow them because they've been posting the videos and the clips of this hearing, and it's been very helpful. So here's the first video. This is Raphael Warnock from Georgia, I believe. So
it's clear that you are carrying out your extremist beliefs, which is why you attempted to fire Dr.
We're the sickest people in the world.
Sir,
we're the sickest people on earth.
I'm speaking.
How am I a threat?
Secretary Kennedy, for the first time, we're seeing deaths from children from measles. We haven't seen that in 2 decades. We're seeing that under your watch. You are a hazard to the health of the American people.
Can I respond to that, Senator?
No, I claim back my time.
We need to wrap
You are
up.
a hazard to the health of the American people. I think that you ought to resign. And if you don't resign, the President of the United States, who put forward Operation Warp Speed, which worked, should fire you. Thank you so much.
there you go. So that first clip, it is true that we haven't been having measles deaths. We haven't had measles deaths in 10 years. And this year, 2025, people it's like 3 people have died from measles. It's not very many, but it's because the 3 people that died were unvaxxed, I believe. So not really backing up RFK's claims there that we need to maybe shy away from some of these vaccines, right? Or lift some vaccine mandates. This next one, let's see. This is Elizabeth Warren and RFK. Let's listen. Oh, and then what else did he say at the end there? Ooh, in that other clip. Dang, I kind of forgot already, low-key. Wait, let me see. At the end, he said something too actual.
Operation Warp Speed, which worked.
Warp Speed, yeah. So Trump signed in Operation Warp Speed. That was in 2020 when essentially, obviously, the COVID hit and a lot of Americans were dying. And just in layman's terms, Warp Speed basically expedited the COVID vaccine. So, everybody could get vaccines and, stop a lot of the killing that was happening in the United States. So That was a good policy. Obviously, I've said that was. I believe everybody has said that was. Even though Trump probably at the time didn't even want to do it, probably because a lot of these right-wing people are anti-vaccine. As you can see, look at a guy that he appointed right here, where we actually have to go to war for vaccines. I never thought I'd see the day, but here's this video. This is Elizabeth Warren and RFK.
Medicare will still pay for them, and Medicaid will still pay for them.
Tell the head of the CDC that if she refused to sign off on your changes to the childhood vaccine schedule, that she had to resign.
No, I told her that she had to resign because I asked her, are you a trustworthy person? And she said no. So if you had an employee who told you they weren't trustworthy, would you ask them to resign, Senator? Medicare will still pay for them.
No, you don't ask them to resign, you dumbass. This is the government. You don't run a private institution. You can't ask somebody to resign because they are not loyal to you. Donald Trump cannot ask a senator to resign because he is not loyal to him. What is he talking about? This is ridiculous. This is senile. What is he talking about? You can't fire somebody or ask somebody to resign because they are not loyal to you. Like he thinks that this is what's wrong with right-wing conservatives. Especially with Donald Trump taking office. They think everybody needs to be loyalist and cultist because he has a slight cult behind him. He thinks that everybody in government needs to be like that. Everybody in government needs to bend the knee to what I'm saying, and whatever I say goes, or I'm going to fire you. This is why he's doing a war on the Fed right now with Jerome Powell, saying he will fire Jerome Powell, or even one of the governors of the Fed that he cannot fire. He's saying that he's going to fire her. Okay, this is a continuous thing with the Republicans now. Anybody that they disagree with or see as not loyal, he's wanting to fire them or taking loopholes in the law to fire or do anything in his power or control to fire them. It's crazy. It's crazy, and it's so easy to call out. So easy to call out. So here's the next video. This is, I don't know. I'm not sure who this senator is really, but this was a good video here. So let's take a listen.
Do you accept the fact that 1 million Americans died from COVID?
I don't know how many died.
You're the Secretary of Health and Human Services. You don't have any idea how many Americans died from COVID?
I don't think anybody knows that because there was so much data chaos coming out of the CDC, and there was so many perverse incentives. And these are model
You don't know the answer of how many Americans died from COVID. This is the Secretary of Health and Human Services. Do you think the vaccine did anything to prevent additional deaths?
Again, I would like to see the data and talk about the data.
You have had this job for 8 months, and you don't know the data about whether the vaccine is safe.
Real quick, he asked him a very, very simple question there. He said, did the vaccine help stop or did the vaccine prevent extra deaths from COVID? He said, I'd have to see the data. How did you get this job? How do you get this job and you don't know the data on COVID? And how have you been in here for 8 months, like the senator said, and you don't know the data? And then second of all, if you don't know the data, why did you praise Donald Trump for Operation Warp Speed? Operation Warp Speed was all designed around the COVID vaccine. Why does he deserve the Nobel Peace Prize, as you said, for Operation Warp Speed, but you don't know if it actually helped or anything? This is the cult-like thing I'm talking about here. You don't know what the vaccine did, but since Donald Trump said that he would accelerate the vaccine, it had to be good. It had to be good then, but now, it's a toss in the air. You don't know. This is how you know whatever Trump touches is what they like. But it just, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. It just simply doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense, bro. So let's rewind in 5 seconds.
His job for 8 months, and you don't know the data about whether the vaccine saved
and that's
lives?
the problem, is that they didn't have the data. The data by the Biden administration absolutely dismal.
So who is politicizing? You're saying the Biden administration politicized all the data? Go back to what Senator Cantwell just said.
Fired Dr.
Go to the
Krause.
Trump Surgeon General.
They fired Dr. Krause. They fired all the people who questioned the orthodoxy. They fired Dr. Gruber, Dr. Krause.
So, Mr. Chairman, the Secretary of Health and Human Services doesn't know how many Americans died from COVID. Doesn't know if the vaccine helped prevent any deaths. And you are sitting as Secretary of Health and Human Services? How can you be that ignorant?
Ridiculous. Here's the next video we're going to be getting into here.
You said that you're soon going to release a study claiming to reveal the cause of autism, timed unsurprisingly with the upcoming ACIP meeting to justify taking back.
Here's the next video we're going to be getting into here.
You said that you're soon going to release a study claiming to reveal the cause of autism, timed unsurprisingly with the upcoming ACIP meeting to justify taking vaccines from Americans. Now, as you know, autism affects millions of children, so I guess you'd have the nation's top medical experts working on this. Mr. Kennedy, you hired a man named David Geyer to conduct this study. Is that correct?
No.
Is Mr. David Geyer working for HHS?
He's a contractor, but he's not conducting a study.
He's a contractor?
He's a contractor.
Do you know who works for you, Mr. Kennedy?
Yeah.
Do you know that Mr. Geyer is listed as a HHS on the employee directory as a senior data analyst, not a contractor?
He's a contractor. He's not an SGE.
So is your website wrong?
He's not an SGE. I don't know what
I'm going to pull up the website for you.
He's a contractor.
If the website says he is a senior data analyst, will you at least admit to the committee
Well, I don't know
that you
if
were
a
wrong?
contractor can be classified as a senior data analyst
sir.
or not.
Is Mr. Geyer a doctor?
No.
Did you know he never went to medical school?
He's not practicing medicine.
Did you know that he got caught in Maryland and was charged for practicing medicine without a medical license?
So basically, the senator was saying that RFK ordered this guy to do a study, David Geyer, whoever it is, and RFK says he didn't do that, and the senator is saying that this guy is a head. I can't even remember what exactly what position he was, but I think it was the head data analyst or something like that. RFK saying he's just a contractor, and we all know that. I mean, his website says he's the head data analyst. RFK is probably wrong on the website that he's not supposed to be listed as that. But is he actually that? It seems likely so with all what RFK has done before. But exactly what it seems like it is that when he said he's a head analyst, and RFK said he's a contractor. Sorry, but he said a contractor could be a data analyst. So, and the senator points out that he was, I guess, charged of trying to conduct medicine without having a license or something like that. However that works in the medical field. I'm sure you can go to. It's just like law. You can't practice law without having a license, right? So I'm sure it's the same thing for medical. So here's the next one. Oh, I think this is the last one here. This one we're gonna expand on more after. So here's the last one here. I'm also not familiar with this senator, but let's listen.
I don't think, Mr. Secretary, this is about you and me. This is about kids being pushed in harm's way by reckless and repeated decisions to get scientists and doctors out of the way and allow conspiracy theories to dictate this country's health policy. I don't see any evidence that you have any regrets about anything you've done or plans to change it. And my last comment is, I hope that you will tell the American people how many preventable child deaths are an acceptable sacrifice for enacting an agenda that I think is fundamentally cruel and defies common sense. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Do I got a reply? Or, Senator, you've sat in that chair for how long? 20, 25 years, while the chronic disease in our children went up to 76%. And you said nothing. You never asked the question why it's happening. Why is this happening? Today, for the first time in 20 years, we learned that infant mortality has increased in our country. It's not because I came in here. It's because of what happened during the Biden administration that we're going to end.
I'm going to let Senator Wyden respond briefly to that, and then we're not going to go over like we just did.
This committee on a bipartisan basis. Colleagues, my cabinet secretary says that we have no interest in chronic care. Mr. Secretary,
Mr. Chairman, could we have regular order, please?
We are in the process of turning around the Medicare program with the chronic care bill that Chairman Hatch, when he was chairman in this committee, put together on a bipartisan basis.
All right, we're going to proceed. And
All right. Hold on. First off here, no, I mean, nobody politicizes this. I don't know why he's politicizing. I will expand here more, or here in a second, more on the rise in mortality rates, but never before has people politicized this left versus right thing on essentially. Like that's just not something to politicize. Oh, the Biden administration, the mortality rate has gone up, and you know the left didn't do that with Donald Trump. The left didn't say that the whole COVID thing was on Donald Trump, or at least that any prominent people, right? I mean, you could probably find in the weeds somebody on X or something saying Trump caused it or whatever, but obviously he didn't himself cause it. I'd say first off, it started where, you know, they were attacking Fauci and all that for the vaccines, even though Trump did the Operation Warp Speed to where the vaccines were brought to people. So, but that's on a whole nother note. What I want to show here is, hold on, let me switch to it. Here, So the infant mortality rate did go up in 2022 for whatever reason, right? I really couldn't even find a reason for it, but it did go up. Let's say it did go up. Again, I don't see. I mean, it's definitely no fault of Joe Biden, right? But it went up since they want to play politics on it. It did go up, but then it dropped back in 2024, and well, it says it right here in the title. Experts partly credit RSV shots. Okay, the nation's infant mortality rate dropped last year after 2 years of hovering at a late pandemic plateau, and it also went up under Trump as well in 2020, of course. It says this or whatever. Some experts think one reason of the drop could be vaccination campaign against RSV. Or respiratory syncytial virus, which is a common cause of cold-like symptoms. Basically, what I'm saying is, without reading the whole thing, the rate got or rise in 2022, but it dropped in 2024 because of vaccines and shots. It's not because they're getting rid of vaccines and shots. That's not how you lower mortality rates. That's why the mortality rate in like 2000 and years before were so high. I think they were around 7, and now it's, as you can see on your screen, like 5.5. Is because of the development of vaccines and shots or whatever or what have you. It's not because we're repealing vaccines or shots. That's absolutely preposterous to think. Obviously, because like even yesterday I gave the example of the plague, right? imagine if we just stripped all the vaccines and things like that from the plague. You know, well, you saw what happened when we didn't have anything. People died at crazy rates, and if you got the plague today, I don't even think it's called the plague. It's called like something simple, because you know it's just like nothing serious. It's just something you'd get a shot for, and then it'd be over. That's through development and things like that for medicine. It's not because people were repealing medicine. It's insane, and that's what these people are trying to do. So it's absolutely ridiculous. But that's probably, or we might have one more segment today. It was a long video, so maybe I'll save the segment for tomorrow. But either way, if this is the last segment, thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like down below. I'm going to leave all my social media down in the description like always. And I have a new YouTube channel, so that's going to be in the link tree as well. If you want to donate to independent media, that's down below as well. I appreciate every dollar for sure. And that's going to be it for me today, guys. See ya.